Right. Hello and welcome everybody to the TESOL International Conference and this session entitled The Use of Instagram to Enhance EFL Learners' Speaking Skills. I'm very happy to hand over now to our presenter, Asiya Tabassum. Asiya, take it away.
Yes, yeah, I'm here.
The floor is yours. Please begin.
Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone from wherever you are attending. And thank you so much for being here with me today. In today's session, I will be sharing with you my experiences with using Instagram to enhance the EFL learners' speaking skills. Before I get into the details, let me give you a quick overview of my presentation. I hope you can see my slides clearly.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So I'll be talking about the purpose of my research, why I actually started with this, the research methodology which I used, the research tools, the results, and the recommendations. This is going to be very to the point and not with too much of details. I'll be talking about only important aspects which can help the future researchers and the language teachers to practice the same thing in their classrooms. So the purpose of this research was to analyze the effects of using Instagram on students' readiness to speak English outside the classroom, because the context in which I teach, the students are not really motivated to speak English because it's not their first language. I teach Arab speakers in Oman. So they really don't want to willingly use the language inside and outside the classroom. And if you force them to speak in English, what they do is they don't just speak at all. They prefer to be quiet, and most of them are very shy. They don't want to face their friends and come out on the podium and express or say what they feel or about talk about different topics. So I just want to see how it will work if the same thing is done using Instagram, to explore how students perceive social media and language learning. One thing about the students here is they are a lot into the usage of social media, be it WhatsApp, Twitter, or Instagram. Most of them are on these three social media platforms. So I just thought, let's explore how they perceive it, if it is related to language learning. And why I selected Instagram only when there are numerous social media applications outside there. Now, according to an article on Statista, which I found, that 3.6 billion people are using social media all over the world. So out of that 3.6 billion, 1 billion are Instagram users. So it shows like how popular this app has become and how many users it has gained. And talking about my context, the country where I'm teaching, Instagram is the second most popular used social media platform, right? Around 33.5% of the Omani adults use it. So it came to me as an advantage because most of them have their accounts on social media. So I don't have to explain to them all the features of it, and it will be very easy to get them on the on the one page. And mostly the people between 25 to 34 were the largest user group, and the students whom we deal with, I teach at the university level, but in the preparatory year program. So there the students age is almost like between 23, 25, like that. So, and most of them were on Instagram, so it was very easy, and that's the reason why I chose Instagram, to see that, like how it works. Instagram users are all over the world, so I thought it will give my students an opportunity to interact with the other English users, and they will be able to connect. And because it's outside the classroom, they don't know the person, so they might not have that feeling of shyness, or the thing that like they will make fun of them if they made a mistake, kind of thing. So that's one reason. Instagram stories are also a great way of communication, so I thought if they could make videos and put on their stories, which will be seen by a lot of people and liked by a lot of people, it will motivate them to do more. The comments on posts are very easy to do on Instagram. You can just simply write the comments below the post, so they can comment on each other's posts when they post the videos. And possibility of direct chat is also there. So like connecting with the world. So they can have, like if they want find someone who has a similar level of English, they can contact them directly using the chat, and they both can interact with each other and improve the language. And it's also a great way for students to practice in English outside the classroom, because when they are inside, they will be listening to English, they will be writing in English, and they will be speaking. But when they are outside, the chances are very, very, very low that they practice it. So Instagram gives them that opportunity to do it. Now, something about Instagram and language learning, which was done by the previous researchers, it enables video recording, and that gives students a first-hand experience. And that's the feature which attracted me the more. And this is what I have used in my research. It also motivates students engage them in the learning process by they providing them with the opportunity to, they can share, collaborate, they can develop, and finally they can publish an innovative content. It also, the posted videos leads to activation in brain circuitry, and it will give them some sort of reward. So this also seems to be an advantage of Instagram and language learning, so I opted for it. And it leads to increase in informal vocabulary, because when they comment on each other using hashtags and all, and when they are liking somebody's comments and chatting with someone, they don't usually use the formal vocabulary and all. So they learn the informal vocabulary at the same time, and the cultural learning also happens if they get to connect with the people in the other parts of the world. Also impact students' confidence, communication, and participation level. This was the main thing I was looking for, because my students, or the students overall here, are not that much confident to speak in English. Also, their participation level is very, very low. We all teachers struggle a lot to get them speak, and when they say that they won't be given marks, they are okay with that. Sometimes they say, don't give us marks, but we cannot come out and speak. So I really wanted to try something which will eliminate this problem of the teachers here, particularly in my context, and in general to the all the EFL learners. So my research question was, do foundation students at UTAS, UTAS is the name of the university, University of Technology and Applied Sciences, which is in Nizwa, one of the cities of Oman, how they perceive in Instagram as a helpful tool in learning a language. My second question was, how is the general attitude of students towards social media learning? And what is students' opinion on video blogs on Instagram for practicing language outside the classroom? So the research methodology, or the design which I used for this, is quasi-experimental design. And I went for convenience, non-probability sampling, because I did it when we were having online classes. So in online classes, it's very difficult again to go for another type of sampling methods. We could go for it, but I thought when I'm doing it, convenience non-probability will be the best one, because I'll have the whole set of students with me already available, and I don't have to, work for it further. So I was teaching advanced level foundation course. Let me just give you a quick background of it. We have four levels in preparatory year program: level 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is pre-intermediate, 2 is elementary, 3 is advanced intermediate, and 4 is advanced. So I was teaching level 4, advanced level foundation. After passing this course, the students go into the specialization program, and this research took place in fall of 2021. The group which I was teaching was A6, and the Instagram handle is speaking level 4 UTAS hashtag. It's given here. You can go and check the videos if you wish to, how they have made it. Now, the research instruments used were the speaking test, pre and post, because I did not want to have another class again, because the other people might not be willing to practice something new, because this was the first time something like this has happened in the university, where students will be making the videos and all. And here, because of the cultural restrictions, we need to be very, very careful with the activities or with the research we are doing. So not everybody was willing to join, so I thought I'll just go with this method of pre and post test. And the tests will be for 10 minutes, because we follow the IELTS format for testing our students in the oral examination, and each student is interviewed on one-on-one basis for 10 minutes. So I followed the same thing for the research, both in pre and post test. And the interview questionnaires were also given to the students, and I have asked them personal questions also when I was giving them the topics week after week, to get more in-depth information about their attitudes towards it. Now, what Instagram tasks were given and how I did it. That's the main part of the research. We use Instagram for 6 weeks because week one being the induction. So I cannot immediately start with them asking them to make a video the very next day. So week one went like that. 1 week for the progress test, which they have to do after completing a few units, 1 or 2 units. And then there was a week for quizzes and all, so I couldn't incorporate that only. So throughout the semester, when it was a semester of 11 weeks, I think 6 weeks I used. The other weeks were used for pre-test and the post-test. So how they did it, they recorded the videos based on the topics given by the teacher. Now, what topics were given to them? The same topics on which, same kind of topics on which they will be tested later on in their final exam. Because speaking is tested throughout by the teacher in class, and there is only one final exam at the end of the semester where the student will be interviewed, and not by the teacher who is teaching, but by other teacher. We have a very big a department of over 100 teachers from 17 different nationalities. So they randomly put two teachers in one class, where one teacher is the listener and another teacher is the interviewer. So they interview the student for 10 minutes in 3 parts. So part one will be the common questions about the student. Part two, the teacher will give the topic and 1 minute time to think and 2 minutes to speak. And part three is the continuation of part two, same like IELTS, where the students will be giving brief information or in detail information about part two. So what I asked them is to post the videos once a week. I used to give them, our week starts here on Sunday and ends on Thursday. So I would give them the topic on Sunday and they should submit it by Saturday of that week. So full 1 week was given to them so that they can prepare, they can find out how they want to go about it, they can record, they can edit, all those things will be done, and they can finally post it before Saturday so that I can see it, and next class on Sunday, I can give them the feedback. Now, I asked them to engage in interaction with their classmates by commenting on their videos, which they rarely did, but some of them really used it when they liked their classmates' content or the type of the video made by them. They used to comment. Even I used to comment on some of the students saying that it's good, you can do it better or something like that. And the best video of the week will be posted on story, which again many students did not prefer. I mean, they asked me not to do it because they didn't want others to see it. That's how they are. I mean, they are very very shy with this thing, but I still did it with the best videos. And some of them who really wanted kind of reward, they were very happy when their video was posted on the story. Now, what topics were given? The topics were very, very general to begin with, the first 4 5 weeks, like about yourself. I gave more like questions with this. In about yourself, what all the things I want them to speak. And they can record those things, or they can record themselves when they are speaking for the first time. They can use any animation to record when they are talking about themselves. So the response was good for this because it is one of the easiest topics. So most of the students, they uploaded the video on time without any delay, and they could do it in 1 minute. So they utilized that full 1 minute and they recorded themselves and they put it, and it was good. Some of the students, they recorded some scenery and they were in the background, they were talking about it. Then I asked them to record their hometown. And here I told them that they need to take the pictures of the things which are there in the hometown by talking about each thing. They can have like a vlog where they can have their own picture inside it, or they can include themselves in that, or they can starting and ending, they should be there, and rest of the time they can show us around how the town looks like. It's a place full of mountains, wadis, rivers, and also it's a beautiful place. I told them whatever you feel that is worth sharing with your classmates or with me, you can just come up with that. And yeah, this was again a successful one because the topic was close to that. What I believe is, if you give them something which is not related, particularly in my context, I have seen that if you give them something which is not related, you will not get that outcome which you are expecting. So I tried my level best to give them something which they can relate to, so that they don't have to struggle, and they should come up with the good answers. Again, I asked them about weekends. Weekends are very, very important here. We get 2 days weekends, that is Friday and Saturday, and they do a lot of activities on weekends. So I asked them to record all that activities, what they do, by talking about it and explaining about it, and they did it. Again, I asked them about their house. They live in big villas, which is like designed in a cultural way. So I thought it will again be a good thing for the people to see, and also for the students to make it. So I asked them to do about the houses. And again, the last 2 weeks, I used the different topics. I had around 30 topics, and to each student, I would allot a different topic. I mean, the 30 topics I'll write, and write the name of the students against each topic and give it to them. And the next week, I will just shuffle the topics. So this week, each student got their own topic, and they had to made the video on that. Now, these are the screenshots of the videos made by them. The first one shows uh, like the student made about himself, but he gave it the title as daily routine. So he showed who is he and all. He gave the information, and then he made this animated video showing what he do from morning till evening, and it was a very good video prepared by him. The second one, you can see they are showing their town. So I liked it because he just got up somewhere on the mountain, I guess, and recorded the whole town and was talking about it. The third picture is when they did the description of their house, when they're talking about their house. So this boy started from the main entrance of his house, and he showed his garden around and was talking about how much time he spent there, what chores he does around the house, and things like that. Now, for data collection, the pre-activity survey I did with 24 students, because at that time when I started with the research, there were 24 students in my classroom, but one student dropped out after 2 weeks, and another one did not want to be a part of this research, and he did not have a Instagram account, and he was not willing to make one for this purpose. So I just left it to their discretion. I don't want to force anybody for that, because research is always a willing thing. And then in post activity also, those 22 students who posted the videos only have contributed to the post research survey. Now, the results and findings, I tried to put it very simple so that it gives the audience idea how it worked. Now, when pre-test was conducted, and both the tests were not conducted by me, I was not the one who were allotting them the marks, because if it is me, I would be biased and give less in pre-test, so that the post-test shows improvement kind of thing and all. So I didn't want to have the results like unnatural. So I was not the one who did. Pre-test was done by two teachers on my request, and the marks were given like poor, good, average, very good, and excellent. And you can see that in pre-test, the poor and good is almost the same. Average is around 4% or 4 students, and then very good. But when you see the post-test, which was the final exam, post-test is their final exam, where that marks will be included in the mark sheet and the results will be declared. And you can see the improvement here, that the number of students who performed very well has gone up. Like, there were no excellent students in pre-test, but when you look at the post-test, the number of excellent students has increased tremendously. This itself shows how effective the use of Instagram was, while to enhance the speaking skills. And I have seen in the class also, like how their performance increased and enhanced and improved, and how willingly they were speaking in the class also. And I spoke to the teachers who did the post test for my class, the final oral examiners, and their thing was also, and remember, it was all boys class, because of again cultural things. They did not combine girls and boys in the online classes, because when they have to switch on the cameras for the quizzes, they don't like it like girls and boys in the same class. It's very strict that way here. So I was given only boys class. So boys are normally like low performers than the girls. So the teachers told that they were willing to answer the questions, and they were prepared, and like it was a good interview with them. So that was the like feedback I got from the examiners. Now, students' reactions. I asked the students what they liked the best about the activity. They say it was easy to some of them, like it does not include all the 22 students because some of them have told about the least liked activities also. But the best one they liked is the use of Instagram to post video was easy. They enjoyed making videos in English. It was a new thing for them. They loved recording their hometown and talk about it, and they said it was comfortable because other students were not seeing them. That's what I told you. They don't want others to see them. So when they are making the video, then their classmates or nobody was in front of them. So they said we were comfortable because we are talking to ourselves and nobody is seeing us. That's why they used to tell me, please don't share our video with anybody. So that's the thing. I don't believe that I actually spoke so much in English. One of the few of the students told me this. I like to make more videos to practice English in future. Maybe I'll record my trip from or my exam preparation. They said they intend to record something like this to keep it as their memory, or they can even use the Instagram to post the same thing even after the class. I mean, even after the research is over. Now, when I asked them what you like the least about the activity, some of them said they didn't feel comfortable recording themselves in their town because when they are talking to themselves, the family members were coming and seeing them. They're not used to speaking English at home. And when he was recording the hometown, the people were looking at him. That also gave him a feeling like, he doesn't want to do that. And they found it difficult to meet deadlines to post the video because advanced level will have 4 communication skills being taught. Then they have a project work, and then they have a lot of quizzes, portfolios. So amid all these things, they said that it was a bit difficult to post the videos on time. I sometimes don't find time to make video. That's what they said, because video making is not just simply they record and they keep. They were using actually the video, editors to do it. And they say, I don't like the idea of using social media for studying. There were one or two who did not want, they want social media only for entertainment, and they don't want social media to be in their classrooms and forcing them to study using that. And most of them said that they find it hard to learn all vocabulary and pronunciation for the video, because when you're speaking in the class, you can say anything and you can recorrect yourself, and you can rephrase the things many times. But when they are making the video, they had to write it down, prepare everything, and then they have to be very clear with the pronunciation. They used to ask me, how can I say this, miss? So when I will say it, they would write it down, and that thing will be included in their video. So while doing this, I also realized that it's kind of skill integration also, because they are writing, they are speaking, and then they are listening to others. So it was a kind of still skill integration when we use Instagram to learn English. Now, to conclude, Instagram video vlogs proved to be an effective strategy in my context. The self-motivated students, they perform better than others, and vlogs definitely enhance their speaking performance. Using Instagram in the speaking will encourage them to practice it more, and it is definitely better than the traditional way. And it gives them, the Instagram enables the students to practice English even outside the classroom. It's effective as it enables integration of skills, and even the students with low motivation also did it. Now, my recommendation for the future researchers is to explore Instagram in a formal educational setting, further explore it and carry out for a longer duration, because I did it only for 6 weeks, so it can be extended to a whole semester. Research on other features could also be checked to see the improvement of English. And research can be conducted at different levels with different set of students. And also with me, you can see there is only one variable, male students. So we can compare it with both male and female, how. And I'm sure in my context, the female students will outperform the male students when it comes to the speaking skills. But the problem again here is I cannot ask the female students to post their videos on Instagram unless they are willing to do it on their own. I'm not allowed to do that because of the cultural restrictions. So I was very fortunate to get a full batch of boys for that semester to carry out this research, but the results cannot be generalized to all the speakers of English. Thank you so much. These are my references. If you have any questions later on, Mr. Gard said he will put us on some platform where we can discuss the questions. I hope you all will get benefit from it and will try to have it with your students and see how it affects. But believe me, it's really, really enjoyable to see their homes, the hometowns, the places they show you, because when you are working in a country where you are not the native of that place, these videos will really help you to get inside their culture and the other such aspects of the country. And I really enjoyed doing this project. I'm looking forward to more such things where I can use Instagram or any other social platform to enhance my students' speaking skills, especially in this context. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Aisha. That was wonderful. And I think that's a very important topic. And I'm quite sure many people have questions, but we've run out
Yeah.
of time.
Yes, exactly
So
25 minutes. Yeah.
I've shared the Discord link in the chat.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if everybody would like to pop over there and continue the discussion, and I do encourage you to continue the discussion because it sounds like a very interesting one, especially with this digital age of ours. I think it's very useful to incorporate some of these social media platforms in our learning. Thank you again very much for the presentation,
Thank
and
you
I
so
hope
much.
you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
all.
everyone, for being a part of this session.